The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a warlock of Sneaky Coyote.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Twitch Grimfoot, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Zionsi, a Spider-Can rogue.
Hi, I'm Ash King, and I'm playing Sintra Redmaw, Paladin of the Bone Mother.
And I'm Gary Hester, and I'm playing Billy, a possum fighter.
And I'm Connor Shenold, and I play Jaska, the Yote Ranger. And today, I am also your Dungeon Master. Welcome to Tales from the Ironwoods.
I don't have a tail.
So after time spent partying with the Crooked Fang goblins in their burrow, you step out into the fresh air. The rain that had been pouring has now subsided, with the ground wet and muddy. And as you make your way to the edge of the clearing, heading west, you hear a voice calling out from behind you. And you turn to see Mags running to catch up with your group. Sorry, I was gonna give you something. Maybe it'll help you during your travels. But Blackjack, I want to give it to you specifically to apologize for not being forthright that Shiny Moon's alcoholic, even though I feel that that's kind of basic knowledge.
Shiny Moon is alcoholic.
Yeah, you should stay away from it.
Well, I should not have any of that. If I do, it's really bad.
Make sure that Zionsi doesn't have any of that, because he does not hold his liquor well.
It's not good. I pass plumb out and then don't remember anything.
You don't remember a thing? And Twitch reaches up and pulls one final strand off his cloak of silk webbing, just drops it.
I didn't see the webs down there. They didn't know they had webs. Okay, anyway, you were saying.
I don't think I have anything that'll help your spider friend out, but she reaches into her pockets and pulls out a cloth that she undoes the corners of, and you see a dusty colored stone that the way this rock has been formed seems to suggest petals. If anybody would like, give me an Arcana check.
I only got a 4.
9.
17.
Shiny.
Yeah.
Zionsi, are you doing it?
No, I'm not proficient.
Okay.
I turned over to the wizard and I go, Twitch, do you have any idea what this is?
So you've heard stories about these rocks, and you know people a little bit on the edge of the Calaban, closer to the last stop, call these rose rocks. This one specifically is a rose rock of good luck.
And I put that in my pocket.
Blackjack, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws. You do have to attune to this rose rock of good luck.
It's basically a stone of good luck.
Yes.
Have you ever seen anything like that that looks like a... Never mind.
I thank you, Mags. This could come in handy as we search for Fig, I believe her name was.
Yeah, Fig. Mags points west, where you guys had been traveling. I know she went through this part. No idea where she ended up at, but your Yote friend seems like she's good at finding tracks.
Do you have anything that might belong to her? Maybe we could track her by her scent. I know that our friend Sintra has a good sense of smell.
I can go back and grab something for you guys.
Do that, and also, when you come back, just give us a little bit of a description, so if we're going into a group of goblins, we want to be able to recognize her and separate her from the rest of them.
Oh, of course. And Mags quickly scurries back to her burrow, and about a few minutes later, she comes back up. So this was Fig's lucky handkerchief. I don't know why she left it here if it was so lucky, but that's for her to decide.
Probably why she got caught.
Probably.
Then we should probably return Fig's
handkerchief to return her luck to her. Yes.
So, Fig, she is quite tall for a normal-sized goblin. She's got green eyes, black hair. She usually wears it in like a ponytail, and she'll be wearing my kind of style of clothing, similar to the gnolls.
And you said she was a little bit taller for most goblins.
Yeah.
Excellent. Mags, we will head off to find Fig, and we will bring her back to join the clan.
Thank you so much. I'll stop distracting y'all now. Safe travels. And she makes her way back towards the farm.
All right. And I see if Sintra or Jaska might be able to follow the scent of this.
Take it and just... Would you prefer a perception or survival?
Let's just go ahead and do survival, get advantage for the scent.
It smell like goblin.
So with advantage, that would be, you said survival? 17.
Awesome. You sniff the handkerchief, get a good sense of her scent before you sniff the air around you, and it's a little harder because it's just coming off of fresh rain, and it's been a few days that she's been sent out. But with a 17, you're able to pick up the scent leading into the woods, and then eventually from there, you're able to spot some footprints heading that way.
With Jaska, I will start leading the party along the trail to try to find our adorable little goblin companion.
So you walk through the forest, very dense foliage. Some of you have to step over bushes, twigs, stuff like that. Billy's riding up on Sintra's shoulder to help combat your tiny little legs and not getting lost in the ironwoods.
It is very efficient.
So after about 2 hours travel, you make your way through the dense foliage when you suddenly spot a dagger lodged into the ground. Its blade is sunken into the mud while its hilt is pointing towards the sky.
Go ahead, pull it out. Maybe you'll be king or something.
Seanceo, checking for traps. 18.
You take a look around and you don't see any traps currently. However, you do see that a trap has already been sprung.
Oh.
Tied to one of the trees closest to the blade is a rope that descends high up into the canopy. And as your gaze, Ziansi, follows the rope, you see a goblin has been tied up, dangling by their ankle and locking eyes with them.
I'm still in spider form, so...
Oh god, I'm gonna die here.
That's right, you're gonna die here. Tell us your name or you'll meet your doom.
My name is Fig.
Fig, we've been looking for you.
Oh,
We
good.
have your handkerchief.
You smell very nice.
Thank you.
I will go over, looking up the rope and then finding where it's been tied and very carefully.
Before you do that, you see that they are dangling 60 feet above the ground.
Oh.
They are very high up.
My goodness. But they're still tied to a rope that's like tied to a tree. So can we lower her down?
Yes.
Yeah, my plan was to like go over, holding onto the rope, untie it from wherever it is, and then like very slowly, hand over hand, lower her down.
And if there's not enough rope on the ground, Ziansi could go up the tree holding onto the rope, maybe, to give it slack to come down.
You carefully lower the rope that had been tied around Fig, safely lowering her down, and she hits the ground safely before standing up and untying the rope from around her ankle, dusts off her clothing.
If she needs any healing, I'll offer lay on hands.
She looks fairly hardy, just almost that she'd gotten surprised by a trap.
Fig, you obviously sprung the trap. Did no one come to check on you after you had sprung the trap?
Well, it's a little embarrassing. I was making my way back down here and got caught in the trap, and then I didn't see if anybody came over here, but honestly, it's a little embarrassing that I was caught in the first place, you know? I tried to cut myself free.
Oh, so I'm assuming this is your dagger, as I point to the one that's like...
Yeah. Do you mind if I have that?
Oh, yes, we'll take your dagger back, and here's your lucky handkerchief.
Thank you. And she picks up the dagger and grabs her handkerchief back.
Is this trap from the Snaggletooth Clan, or is it the Crooked Fang Clan?
I would more assume the Snaggletooths. Papa sent me out to go find their burrow.
And did you?
I did. But then I saw the strangest thing as I was heading back to go tell Papa, and she points off to her left, and through the trees you see a very small clearing in the center of which sits a large stone, and you see a glint of metal.
Sintra is rock from strange, sad, lying goblin.
I went to go try and check it out, and then the next thing I know, I was hoisted up into the trees. My curiosity got the better of me.
I too will be a curious goblin and go check this stone out.
Who else is going?
Of course.
Yeah.
Careful, General. Just cover it up behind.
Perception, looking for traps.
18 again.
So you guys make your way towards the edge of the clearing before you step through. You see the curious sight of a large stone slab in which sits a weapon. Sintra, you see a cudgel. Billy, you see a short sword. Twitch, you see a wand. Ziansi, a dagger. Blackjack, you see nothing.
Oh, I don't know what the big deal is. There's nothing in that stone.
What, you don't see the cudgel?
It's obviously a dagger.
No, Sintra, it is Billy's sword.
I thought it was supposed to be a sword.
And Ziansi, with your perception check earlier, you see the ground around the slab is very, very muddy, but hidden amongst that mud, you see sharp brambles that are camouflaged. Sharp enough that if anybody were to walk near it, they could get hurt.
Blackjack, look out. It's the caltrip trap. See, look, those brambles and the sticking.
Yes, Sintra, be very careful. There are sharp, pointy things in there. About how far is it?
So the stone is about 20 feet away from where you guys are.
Sintra is going to use one of her divine senses. As an action, I can detect good and evil. Until the end of my next turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell and know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. So I'm just trying to feel it out, trying to see, if this trap, if it has been set by anyone or anything. I actually will kind of glance down to Twitch. Twitch, do you have any way to detect magic? You seem like that sort of person who might.
I'm not that sort of person.
Well,
But
that's
I do
a shame.
have something, and I start pulling things out of my bag and mumbling. Completely dismiss the general. Once I get some certain things out, I hold my hand towards the rock and move it and cast Unseen Servant on the rock.
So yeah, your Unseen Servant ends up on the rock. Sintra, from your earlier divine sense,
My paladin ping.
your paladin ping, you do not ping anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the big deal is, Ziansi. There's nothing on the rock.
No, there's totally a dagger sticking up right there on the rock.
No,
Looks
it's a
really
cudgel.
shiny.
Are you still drunk?
It's a
not
Billy sword. Give me
Wait.
sword.
So we're seeing something. You don't see anything?
I don't see anything there.
Fig appears beside you, Ziansi. I see a dagger too. Like, how are you guys seeing different
It's
stuff?
totally a dagger.
Because we're sober, that's how. These two are drunk, it's a wand.
I'm not drunk, and I see a cudgel.
It's no wand, mouse man. 'Tis sword.
Your Unseen Servant reaching to grab the hilt of the wand, I don't know, wand parts, and Master, it's not coming out. What do I
He's
do?
as useless as a possum.
If nothing else, possums can at least, eat the ticks and other annoying bugs.
Ziansi's looking at the soft earth all around it in this 20-foot radius. He's like,
It's a lot of work. I'm not sure how we can disarm them.
Oh, here's an idea. Sintra, maybe you could throw Billy to the rock.
How far away is the how?
So 20
how,
feet?
Oh,
20
you
feet.
can only jump. How far can you jump?
10 feet.
Only 10. Oh no.
I only have 10
What's
feet.
your strength?
I mean, I do look up to you, Billy, and it's like, would you like to fastball special?
Do I feel confident that we can make it?
So I have a 16 strength. I do have proficiency in athletics.
I also have proficiency in athletics.
So,
If I fall, you heal me, right?
of course, I absolutely refuse to throw you unless you, Billy, give me permission.
I do have something for you. You see this talisman? I, overnight, recently received this talisman.
It just show up?
Well, apparently my patron gave it to me. I do know what it can do, though.
The talisman does give you a D4 to any failed ability scores, and I can do that twice per long rest. So I put that around your little neck.
So, Sintra, are you throwing Billy?
If Billy consents, I will throw Billy.
Billy trusts you to keep me alive. Throw me!
Do I get to use my athletics?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 12.
Okay. Billy, you get about halfway there before you start to go down. Give me a dex save so you can try and hit the ground a little nicer.
I'm not proficient in dex saves. 18 on the die plus 2, so a modified 20.
Tuck and roll!
Make it about halfway there before you get on the ground. And you do land nicely. Perfect little 10 out of 10 landing. However, your feet land on one of the spikes, and you will take 7 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. Sintra!
Twitch, you are a wizard. Give me a Arcana check.
19.
You can see that what is around this stone slab is a spike growth spell.
Actually, wait a minute. Someone didn't plant those caltrops here. They're growing up from the ground. They're probably all connected to each other.
And Billy, you have 10 more feet before you actually reach the slab.
Mouse Man, can you help?
I'm going to mold earth and excavate 5 feet. So Billy's here, and then there's like 10 feet in between. I'm excavating 5 feet from the spot by the rock.
Okay.
Right before I twiddle my fingers to excavate and clear the next 5 feet, magical letters appear on the ground in the spot I just excavated. And then they have a clear path. Can you read?
No, but I do know what things look like, so I'll remember it and I'll write it down for Sintra to tell me what it says later.
Okay.
So Billy, you now have a nice little area to walk
I
through.
will waddle up to the rock and give it a slap.
It slaps exactly how a rock slaps.
Sintra, it is rock.
Great. See if you can get whatever weapon it is that you see on the rock.
I will need a athletics check to get up.
Does a 10 fail?
Yes.
What about 13?
A 13, you are able to easily climb up this rock, and you scramble up, able to get onto the very top of the rock, where what you see is a short sword.
Okay, I will put my hands on the sword. I will take a firm, wide stance and give it a yoink.
Okay, give me a strength check.
A 10.
You're trying to tug on it. Yeah.
Because if it's a strength check, you get a D4 again. I only get 2 of these, but...
I got a 4.
Okay.
14.
With a 14, you give one more last... and the blade draws through from the stone.
Do I see him pull a blade out, or do I see him pull a wand
You
out?
see him pull a wand. Sintra, you see him with a cudgel. Zianti, you see a dagger.
You got the
You still
dagger.
see nothing.
Sintra, I got sword.
I see a cudgel, but good job.
Bring
I
me the
hold it.
wand.
I know it is sword.
Billy, you now have a +1 weapon.
Yeah.
And as you hold it above your head, Twitch, you see from the mud that you have excavated right towards the stone slab, you see the mud shift and shrivel, and out pops a creature that zooms right over towards Billy. You all had spotted a strange appearance in the Ironwoods, a slab of stone in which a weapon sits. Each of you sees a different weapon, except for Blackjack, who sees nothing. Billy was thrown over towards the rock and manages to scramble up it and withdraws the weapon. To him, a short sword. For those of you standing by the clearing, you see the mud start to bubble and shift, and a creature pops out, heading directly towards Billy.
Billy, look out!
Billy! Call the dead. Wisdom check.
It's a 19.
So close. General! General!
I'm immediately moving, because it's Billy.
It seems to be a small creature made entirely out of mud. And as it reaches you, Billy, you hear it chirping and chattering, closely inspecting your weapon. However, it does not seem to be trying to attack you.
It is my sword, yes? I pull from stone. It is Billy's sword now. Hello, nice mud man. I go back to my friends.
If you would like, roll me a nature or arcana.
Both of those are +0 and I rolled a 3.
Anybody can make this check.
Sintra, what is Mudman?
I got a 5. I immediately think it's a threat.
Okay.
But still, Billy will be there soon.
Non-natural.
Non-natural 20.
12.
10.
Okay, so Twitch and Blackjack. This appears to be a mud mephit. However, it is not attacking Billy.
Billy, are you all right?
I have new sword, so yes, I'm very pleased.
The mephit chirps and chatters at you, trying to see if it can talk to you. Unfortunately, it can't.
Unless it knows no possum or common.
Deep speech, gnomish, primordial, or undercommon?
Yeah, you, Twitch, hear it. I've been trying to get that sword out of here this entire time. How did you pull it out of there? It's such a cool sword. I want to know what this does. It's so shiny.
When our friend gets back to us, we'll inspect it and tell you all about it.
It whips its head to look at you, tilts its head.
Tilt my back.
I want to know all about this thing. It keeps popping up in random locations. I'm really curious about it. I'm going to follow you guys.
Billy, come on.
Is Mudman friend?
Yes, Mudman's friend, right?
Of course.
Okay, Billy holds his sword very tightly and walks back to everybody and goes straight to Sintra. Sintra, look!
The
It's a nice cudgel.
mud mephit follows after you.
I also bring friend. This is Mudman. He friends of mine now.
Your friend appears to be a mud mephit. You are certainly welcome to join us. What is your name?
My name's Mudman.
His name, and I'll look over at Billy, I'll lick my lips sarcastically, look back at you, Jack, is Mudman.
Yes, this is Mudman.
Well, can you tell Mudman, we thank you for helping Billy out and certainly not eating Billy.
The one with the horns says, if you don't do as he commands, he will eat you. And I have my unseen servant kind of gently brush against his shoulder from behind.
He can certainly try, but there's more of me than there are of him.
Oh no.
He agrees to your terms.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like we're going to be fast friends. I would like for you to maybe take us, if you know where the Snaggletooth Clan goblins might be.
See any goblins running around?
It looks over towards where Fig's been kind of lurking behind you guys.
See any other goblins running around?
No? Well, one tried to pull the sword a couple of days ago. I don't know what weapon they saw, but
Was it this one?
no?
Was the goblin dress kind of like this one?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for some that are dressed a little bit differently.
My friend wants to know if you have the ability to touch the mud everywhere in the forest.
No? Just because I've come from mud doesn't mean I am one with the mud.
Well, that would be nice.
It would
Try
be.
meditating.
You two seem to be having a very long conversation. Is there any way you could, fill us in on what they're talking about?
One moment. This is a very delicate dialect here, and if it has to speak properly and everything. So the only other goblins you've seen are this one and the other one.
Yeah, I don't concern myself with goblins.
He hasn't seen any.
All right, well then, we thank you, Mudman, for helping us out, and we're going to continue along on our quest.
We're going now.
Okay, I follow that one.
Billy, it looks like you have made a friend.
Sintra, I have friend.
Good job.
I now have 2 friends.
Billy, it comes to rest on your shoulder.
He's more vile and wicked than the one with horns. I'll say in primordial to the Mudman.
I stand by strongest. The strongest can pull that weapon from the stone.
Sintra, Mudman, get me dirty. My armor.
It's fine. We'll shine it up when we get back to camp.
Okay.
Little mud never hurt nobody.
Mudman will turn to Twitch, as Twitch is the only one who can understand him. What's this one's name?
Bugs.
Bugs. Good. Bugs is king of mud mephits.
Sintra, what was that you were saying earlier, that Billy has some usefulness with bugs and things?
Yes. Well, it's a thing in Knoll society that we have grooming possums, but my possum is better than all the other possums. He, yes, does groom me, but he also protects me.
Okay, so corpses attract bugs. Billy gets rid of bugs. He writes in his journal as he walks away. And then slightly after passing, Billy stops and waves his hand in the air and says, oh, by the way, the Mudman says you're its king or something. So, Billy has usefulness now.
Sintra, you are first daughter. I am king of mudmen.
Congratulations, Billy. You've apparently been
You've been moving up in the world, my friend.
made king.
Sintra, now you kind of king of mudmen, because you're my best friend. Mudmen, I'm glad for you.
All right, so let's head on to find these goblins. We were heading in the correct direction, Fig. Did you say you'd actually been there?
Yeah, I found where they were staying at. Well, I assume so. It's another burrow type thing, but it seems more crudely made than ours.
Excellent. Well, why don't you lead us there? Because that is what we're looking for, either to talk them out of attacking your clan, or maybe take care of them the hard way.
As we go, I would like to put my fancy sword in my belt, and then I'm gonna take my just a regular dagger and offer it to Mudman.
He grabs it.
Oh, good. We're arming our pets.
Mudman, my bodyguard. I see Intra's bodyguard. Bodyguards on shoulder.
We are the strangest crew ever.
Yes, Billy, you now have a mud mephit bodyguard. If he dies, another one sprouts in his place as long as there is mud.
All right. I guess we're going west still.
Yes. You all follow Fig as she leads you to where she had found the other burrow. It doesn't take too long, about a half an hour's walk, when you come across a tree larger than the others. The ground around it has been dug up to reveal the roots of this ironwood tree that surround a large hole that leads deeper into the earth. This area is quiet, perhaps a little too quiet. Along the roots of the tree, you see a few trinkets that have been placed along it. A few unlit candles, some small necklaces, a few wood carvings of wolves, and right above the entrance down into what seems to be a burrow, you see a small effigy that seems to be some other goblin etched into its surface.
I take a good hard look at that effigy.
So it seems to be an effigy of some goblin. You kind of get with the sense of the candles placed around it that this seems to be some type of shrine to whoever this was. It appears to be some male goblin, and the goblin that's depicted on it seems to be a little bit older.
Is he wearing a top hat?
Wearing a top hat.
Is there writing on it?
Yes.
I would like to read that writing.
It is in Goblin.
I can read all writing
Yes.
because my eyes are dark.
It says, "In loving memory of Pa Snaggletooth."
Is there like a door to the...
It's similar to how the Crooked Fangs had the entrance to the burrow. This hole in the ground, they had actually had a structure around it. This one just seems like a hastily thrown together burrow.
Ziansi would still like to check the entrance for traps.
Okay.
16?
There are no traps.
Okay.
So do we call down for them, or do we go ahead and sneak our way in, General?
I look at the burrow. Can I fit?
Yes.
Okay.
You still kind of have to hunch over. It's not a smooth walk in there, but it's not as tight of a squeeze as the Crooked Fangs.
Sintra, we no sneaky.
And quite honestly, the idea of fighting goblins in their own burrow does not appeal. It's too easy for them to trick us into a very disadvantageous area. So from a strategic standpoint, it would probably be better to try and flush them out.
Technically, it is bottleneck. We would be sitting or crawling ducks. Do ducks crawl?
They do now.
Fig pipes up. Well, they've only been here about 2 weeks. You can tell from the structure around here, they haven't had time to make it an actual clay fortress. It's still just fresh earth and mud. I don't know how deep they've actually dug into, and Papa's concerned that they're basically just trying to wait out and see if they can take over our burrow.
What about Twitch and the trinkets? Is there anything, any clues, any signs?
I'm not. It's not here. Of course it's not here. Goblins.
Yeah, they seem to be standard trinkets, little handmade stuff. A few look a little bit pricier than others, but you can kind of assume something that they had stolen at some point.
Yeah, I'm tossing like high valuable things to the side because it's not the thing I'm looking for.
I call out. I say, we are addressing the Snaggletooth Clan as representatives from the Crooked Fangs. We would like to speak to your leader.
And I was like, how would that right down the hole.
Your voice echoes deep into the tunnel, and it takes a while for anything to come back, and you hear a shaky voice call back.
Go away, we're heavily armed in here. We don't want to fight, but we'll fight you if we have to.
We don't want to fight you, actually. We were thinking maybe we could just talk about this. You see, the problem is that you keep attacking the Crooked Fang Clan, and this tends to annoy the Crooked Fang Clan. So we're asking you to not attack the Crooked Fang Clan.
You'll have to take that up with Ma when she gets back.
Do you know where she's gone or when she'll be back?
She went to go deeper in the forest to go get some food for us. I kindly ask you not to come in here. I'll have to attack you if you do.
Are you by yourself?
Let's
No?
get Mom.
I know, that's, yes.
Yeah. Bring a trap from Mom.
Yeah. Jaska, do you see any tracks around here?
So she got a natural 20 for her perception, plus 5, so 25. She takes a second to look around the tracks of the area before she comes back. Well, there seem to be... It's the weirdest thing. They came up from the hole, about 3 of them, with some type of dogs or wolves and a much, much larger one. They set off about... this track's looking to be only about 2 hours old, and they went a little further north, but if they're just going for food, we might could just wait them out here.
With the strangeness of the Ironwoods as of late, it might be better to go track down
They might be lost.
Ma Snaggletooth. So I will actually take out 2 days worth of rations and just leave them at the mouth of the burrow.
Sintra, you feed these scared little weak goblins?
Yes.
I say, goblins down there, we are going to go look for more. In the meantime, my friend Sintra has generously provided you with food. It is up here. You don't have to come up now, but once we have left, if you would like, Sintra is providing you with food.
It is definitely not poisoned.
It is definitely not poisoned.
Thank you. Could you not go after Mom? She's our only hope out here surviving.
We're not going to kill her, we just need to talk to her.
You just don't know Ma.
Oh gosh.
We will not kill her unless she forces us to kill her.
Well, that's the problem. It's Ma.
She'll force us to kill her?
Yeah.
Is that what happened to this paw, Snaggletooth?
Oh, Pa. I wish he was still here.
Did he get killed as well?
During a train robbery out east.
Who killed him?
Some vicious people.
Did you catch his name?
Giddy.
Jaska!
Jaska! Oh my gosh!
That's why I wanted a name.
Jaska's ears perk up, and she quickly comes over to the hole. Gideon! You know Gideon? And the goblin from below shouts up.
Not really, he shot Pa, and that's the last we've seen of him.
And Jaska's ears turn down, her tail stops its eternal wagging, and she steps away from the burrow. And then the goblin once again calls up.
It's not been the same since Pa died. We were starting out in Calvin, and Ma's always been a little strange, but Pa was always there to keep her in line with her crazy antics. But now that he's dead, she had to take over, and we lost a lot of people on the trip here to the Ironwoods. A lot of good fathers whose children don't have their fathers no more.
Fig, what if this clan were to join yours, rather than letting them starve out here?
Fig kind of thinks for a second. Well, I know Pop and Papa would be willing to take them in, but their leader seems a little too enthusiastic about the way that she's been going about it. She didn't even send no word that she was wanting to join up or have us help her out with any food. She just sent them out to come attack us. Oh. But if, I don't know, maybe something can be done about Ma, and maybe the others will be willing to listen. We would provide them with a good way of life, but it's up to them.
Right. So, tell you what, we're gonna go talk to Ma, and in the meantime, we think we might have a plan for you to join up with the Crooked Fang Clan, and that way they would always be able to feed you. You would just help work with them and help grow the clan.
Alright.
In the meantime, there's food here.
Don't tell Mom I sent her after her. Y'all after her.
Oh, mum's the word.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Ironwoods is Connor Shenold as Jaska and our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Ziansi, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Kiri Hester as Billy, Ash King as Sintra, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. Special thanks to our Silver Star patron Paladin Shenanigans Unplugged. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com, Syrinscape, and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the Ironwoods.
I hold my hand towards the rock and move it and cast Unseen Servant on the rock.
On the rock?
60 feet range. Cast it within a spot.
So he's putting an unseen servant on the rock.
On the rock. Okay.
Yeah, he's not casting it on the rock.
Okay.
The rock becomes an unseen servant.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, how does that work?
Upon this rock, I will
made of
place my
rocks.
Unseen Servant where it appears. Yes.
I figured what your confusion was too. He's not casting anything on the rock.
I like the biblical phrase, upon this rock I shall cast
rock.
my
Master, it's not coming out. What do I
He's
do?
as useless as a possum.
Billy points 2 fingers at his eyes and 2 fingers at your eyes. Watch it, mouse man.
Oh, wait a minute. How much do you weigh?
Like, 18 pounds.
Fabulous.
How strong is your mage hand?
What are you trying to do with my possum?
Consent is key. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think mage hand's 10. I'm heavier than 10 pounds.
How do you weigh more than 10 pounds?
armor. He's got.
I have armor on, and it's all muscle, my guy. I am a rock.
Beefy possum.
It just show up?
Well, apparently my patron gave it to me. I can tell it's got his symbol on it.
There was a little box that you woke up and was next to you. Just had a little tag for Blackjack Heart.
I will want it back, but at least you can
It's not for keeping, it's for borrowing.
What is around this stone slab is a spike growth spell.
Oh, hey, Kiri knows that spell.
Oh.
That's a poppy spell.
That's a poppy spell.
It's a poppy spell. You are able to easily climb up this rock.
Here's what he does. He takes the talisman, which is around his neck, and he kind of holds it up and kind of like, tries to like use it to pull himself up like a piton.
Whoa! Oh dear.
You trust your body with your
Talisman
neck.
helpful. Thank you, Bunny.
This appears to be a mud mephit.
I hate them meat. Oh, sorry.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Not me, Fitz. No.
I hate them meat.
Roll credits.
While he's talking, makes a mage hand to get the talisman off of you. And
There is a dent in one side from beating it against the rock.
It comes to rest on your shoulder, and just this gob of mud just down.
So it's a knoll
Don't
with a
try
possum with a mud
mephit.
Don't try to outsmart this one.
Bugs is king of mud mephits.
You don't know this.
I know I don't. But Kiri is having a great
Deciding
joke
on
at this
whether
new
or not
boss.
I'm playing.
This is the best day ever. Jaska's gonna get something good next time.
Like, honestly, all of you could have grabbed it except
Yes.
for Blackjack, because reasons, but you would have been king of the mud mephits.
King of the mud
Thank
mephits.
goodness. Bullet dodged.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to take that up with Ma when she gets back.
Oh, she's not here.
That was creepy.
So you're home alone without your mom. Is that what you're saying?
No, she's in the shower.
She'll call you back later.
If you'd like to leave a message for Ma, please do so.
Any tracks around here where you might be able to, like a bigger goblin that went one way or the other?
Maybe
see
take
any
a look.
Matronly looking footprints.
High heels or feminine boots?
Yes.
It is definitely not poisoned.
Where is it now?
Thanks.
If you would like to do an insight check.
Gideon, did you say Gideon?
And you said you were going to have a conversation.
Mission accomplished.
The DM has to go play
Of
the
course, he
room.
would force me to have one.
We broke the one